What is up, everybody? Vin here from Double Tap Gamers, and today we're going to take a look at a game called Crea. So Crea is basically inspired by games such as Minecraft and Terraria, Starbound. It comes from the genre of the Sandbox role-playing game. And it's not a bad game at all. It's actually just went into early access. It's been part of, I believe, Kickstart for about 2 years. It's been in development. It's been activated really well. Early access has been going for about a year with a lot of players, and it has now Steam Workshop as well, so you can have the mods into it. So what we're going to do first of all, we're going to click into single player. There's not a lot to it in relation to the options. You've basically got your mods menu up at the top, and you have your options. Now the options are pretty straightforward on this screen. You have your volume, you got your full screen, you got resolution. Not a lot to it. So first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to click on single player. You've got multiplayer, but you've got a port, I believe 5555 to be able to play with your friends. They just click and able to join you via Steam, via your local IP. But let's click on single player. Let's have a look at it anyways. I've got a few ones here at the moment, but we're going to just create a brand new world just to check it out, to show you what it's all about. So click on create world. We're just going to type in Vin Tries, because that's what the video is. So we got 3 different sizes. You got small, medium, and large. But now we're just going to click on small just to give you a kind of rough idea. So it is randomly generated every time you make a world. It basically just takes a whole entire world, puts it in, so you've got a different experience all the time, which is quite nice. Now the things that set this apart from things like Starbound and Terraria and Minecraft, even though, well, it's very Minecraft-ish, but because it's 2D, it comes in, it falls pretty much into the category of the Starbound and the category of Terraria. But the reason what sets it differently is it's got this whole entire role-playing game mechanics side of things. You can level up your character. The more you play, the more you explore, the more things change, the more things you can do, and you can like kind of upgrade your character as time goes on. So it's basically generating, I believe it's simulating water at the moment. It has a few issues. Like I said, it is early access at the moment. It's version 0.10.5. So I am expecting some issues. I'm expecting some bugs, them kind of things. So we just got to wait basically for it to simulate the water. I found once it's done the simulating the water, it does take a little bit of while. We'll be able to create our character and be able to show you. There's not a lot of customization at the moment for the character side either. But what caught my eye about this was the fact that you can switch between combat. So you can have like melee combat. Finishing, there we go. You can have melee combat and you can go into things like such as magic, and you can have wands and things like that. So it's pretty cool. It's not too bad. So let's create a new character anyhow. So as you can see at the moment, not a lot of variation between the bodies. You can basically change from male to female. And you can change the different colours at the bottom as well. And the hairstyles as well. We can change through them. So let's get a kind of a nice little quiff going right there. Let's put on black hair. Accessories. Let's put the glasses, because I wear glasses. Accessories too is pretty much your beard. And your face, well, that seems to be like a tear in the eye for some reason. Ah, this guy mustn't be able to have a beard. Shirt. There's not a lot. You could just change the colour basically of your clothing at the moment. And change from pants to skirts. So we're just going to put more in black. And shoes, there's no change in the shoes whatsoever. So that's some of the things to come. I can kind of live without. Let's give it a name. So let's just put DTG in there for now. And you can select your difficulties as well. So you've got easy, normal, and hardcore. Easy, nothing really happens. Normal, obviously, when you die, you know, you lose some items. And then you got hardcore, which is pretty much like permadeath. I might be wrong. I don't really know a massive difference at the moment. There's not a lot of information in relation to the game. So we're going to hit on normal anyways. We're going to create a character just to jump into the world. As you can see, I'm level 1. It tells you the amount of times that you've played. So this is the world which we're in, and this is our bar. Now, we have our little chat room in here. And that's for if your friends join in as well. So every time you do something, you gain, like I say, gain 79 TP. For explore talent. So that's talent points. Now talent points is what I've been saying about the leveling up. So the combat's pretty straightforward. You start with basic tools. We're going to break things like crystals as well. So I did actually zoom in as well, because the normal view was massively out, to be fair. And there's one of them oil slimes coming already. So if you hit escape, you can have a look. So you've got the creature's info with the mouse over. You have combat numbers, torch flickers, autosave, auto pause. You have your skill, which is the beta. This is the one where I was saying if you change it. I put it in the middle, so we've got this nice kind of like zoom in, so we can roughly see what's going on. You then have the audio side of things. I've turned the music off, and the controls are pretty straightforward. There's nothing to it, really, to be fair. You can jump straight in and get pretty much cracking. Now, there's no tutorial whatsoever, so it's kind of, when you start, it's a bit daunting at first. Let's just take out this oil. Now we'll have to kind of click the braid hell out of them. There we go. Now the hotbar at the bottom is slightly different. Now you can use this to put items on the hotbar, which you can drag from your inventory. But what you do is you start with a tool anyhow, you start with collect and you start with your weapons, and you can trigger between them 1 to 3. However, you got this thing as well called the channel. So at the moment I'm channeling Sano. Now while that's activated, if I left click, this is your magic side of things, it gives me ability on the hotbar number 5, and that allows me to left click that, and as you see, it uses some of my skill points, which is like your mana, so to speak, and it allows me to heal. And I thought that was a nice touch. And you can change as well, and it switches it between a fireball. So you've got kind of all these different attacks and abilities. So if you press E, you can see your character. So your character kind of levels up. The more you play, the more higher in level you get. And that comes in conjunction with the world, because there's different zones in the world. If we go into the map at the moment, for some reason I'm a bold player, and you click on conflicts. Now you can zoom out. This is the world. Now, the world's quite big in itself, so we're in this sector at the moment of 1 to 2, levels 1 to 2. And the higher you progress, the further you go downwards. Eventually, when you go right to the bottom in this corner, there's things down there, creatures that crawl in the night, which are level 22. So, I don't know what the highest level is at the moment, and if there's another world you can go to, I'm not too sure. And obviously, you have your inventory, and all these can be moved around on the screen, which is quite nice, so they're not really fixed. So you can basically have that open there if you want to, and you can drag things over. And these crystals which we picked up are the way shards, and it takes us back to this crystal here. Now the crystal has your local, your realm, and your rifts. Now if somebody else is in the world with you and they open up a rift, you could teleport straight to them, which is pretty cool. And at the moment we're only in my realm, so I haven't jumped massively into local realm and rift yet, but I thought that was a nice feature which was added into the game. So how do we get crafting? Let's get to the most basic things. What do we do once we start in the world? Well, like most of these type of games, we've basically got to gather resources. Now, the way this is kind of different compared to games like Terraria and Starbound is you've got to research everything you need to build. And we're going to look into that now, once we just gather some wood. So, you've got your crafting. Now, you can craft anywhere in the world. And these are the recipes which you can craft. So at the moment I can make lumber, paper, torch, research desk, makeshift tool, and wooden club. Now the research desk is kind of your version, if you look at it like a crafting bench, like a workbench. That's what that kind of is. Now you need to get that because every time you pick up a different material, you can research them on the research table, and they will unlock new things for you to build. And I'm going to get attacked by a slime. Get out of here. Okay, he just decided to walk right past. So when you die, you come back to this crystal as well, so it's not too bad. So first of all, we need to get this research desk going. So what we need is we need some paper, we need some lumber. So we need 10 lumber, 6 paper, 1 oil cloth we've got anyways, and 1 feather. Now the feathers you can find in the world anyways off birds. And have we got any birds? Yes, we've got some birds. Some birds right there. Come here, bird. Don't fly away, bird. Okay, so we'll probably die right now. But we did get a feather, so that's pretty good. So we've got a feather anyhow. So now we can get this research table on the way. So we're just going to go back over here. I'm just going to build the research table so I can show you the research side. Because there is a lot to the game. It is quite overwhelming at first. So we need to make wood into lumber. So we should get 4, 8, 12. Yep. I'm going to make up some paper as well. So we should now be able to make that. Because we needed 6 paper, which we've got. We needed 10 lumber. We've only got 9 lumber for some reason. Okay, so we've got enough there now. Let's craft us up one of these research tables. So, I now need to go into my inventory, get that research table, and I'm going to just put it right here. So this is what I've been telling you about. This is how you progress through your skills. So, we can right click on there. Now, this is where it gets a bit, well, not so much complicated, but a bit strange. So, at the moment we've got wood in our inventory. So, we can actually click on the lumber. It doesn't tell us what it does, but it refines wood, ready for crafting. So we can research this wood, and we'll get a thing called scrap. And you use the scrap to learn more items. And we're going to do the same, because we've only got 3 wood at the moment. And if we click on weapons as well, we can research and sacrifice 1 lumber, and we're going to sacrifice this 1 bone as well. And if we do, we haven't got any tools, so we can't do tools. So let's take a look at the recipes. Now the recipes shows us how to do things. So with the wooden barrel at the moment, what that's basically telling me is For me to be able to use a wooden barrel, because this is your chest piece in the game, one of them, and it gives you defense. We've already learned lumber. Now what we need to learn is this. Now it doesn't tell you what it is, you've got to find it in the world. Now, I know that's vines, which hide in the caves. So we can go find them, we can go and make a chest. So if we look at the crafting now though, from doing the research, as you can see, we've now been able to make a few more items. So we can make a platform because we researched that. But it all totally depends on the resources which we've got. So it is a bit confusing to start with. Do apologise for that. And there's a lot to learn. And they've got another system into the game as well, which is called the talents. Now the talents is a strange one in itself. The more you kind of work on that sort of skill, the more you get the talent points. So if I kill an enemy, I'll get a thing called arms talent. And these are level up, and it'll go level 1, level 2, level 3, and they've got their own levels, and you get these things called talent points. Now these talent points can be used to spend on these different kind of skills as well. So you can eventually upgrade attack boost, and I believe it goes up to level 5, each one of these does. And the more points, so they're 500 each, so the more you play, the more you can put in these, and the stronger your character gets. It's the same with style. Now the style side of things, that's your magic. This is your whole entire skill points. So the more you level up, obviously, the stronger your magic gets. The same with gathering. There's one for gathering. This is a nice one. They use the tool area, and that allows you to do 4x4. And you also have the crafting side of things, so you could change everything. So if you level up in innovative, you'll be able to research higher end recipes, and it's the same with the explore. So it kind of rewards you for how you play it, and you can kind of select how your character wants to play out. So if you're the sort of person who wants to run around and smash the hell out of things, by all means do so. They will reward you, and there is skill points for you to do it, so you can get higher jumps down the line. Now, I think we're pretty safe at the moment in this location, but I'm just going to cut down this cactus just to kind of show you the whole explore side. So we're not going to be able to cover everything today, because you have to make your own NPCs as well. But I thought I'd just kind of give you an idea of what it's all about, and see what you all think, really, because I'm having a lot of fun playing it. There's a massive learning curve to it. And I knew that, but when I decided to kind of sit down to show you it all, I'm not going to be I'm not going to say I'm a guru on it. I know everything on it, because I don't. But it is a nice, refreshing change. So I played a lot of Starbound, and I'm dead. And we're now going to respawn. So I played a lot of Starbound, and I've played a lot of Terraria, and I played a lot of Minecraft in the past. And when something like this comes out, I was like, this looks quite interesting, having the whole role-playing game side of things. So let's go and check it out. So there's the finds which I was talking about, so we're going to quickly get into there. It's not too bad as well, because you can hold down shift and you can have 2 weapons as well by using Q, but we've only got 1 weapon yet, so I can't really show that off. Alright, we need to just get into here. Alright, so the best way probably to cut down the finds is just to go in like a madman and smash the things. Yeah, use a sword. Now, the one thing you need to keep in mind though, you do actually have stamina. So the more you swing your sword, the more you jump, things like that, your stamina actually takes effect to the point where you can get exhausted. Now, that's not a good thing if you're in the middle of a fight. So what we want to do is we want to research this so that we can actually make a wooden barrel. Now, as you can see, vines, it's come under armor. So you're like, oh yeah, I need vines. I'll be able to make some armor with it. So we'll research that. We'll get that done. Like so. It's the same with tools. So every time you go out on an exploration, what you want to do is you want to come to the research and see what you've got. See what you can put it into. Weapons is a good one. Basics. Well, the basics covers things like your chests. Now, vines in this game is pretty much your binding material. And as you can see, there we go. We can make a fine bow now using lumber and fine. We can make a bone sword. So long as we've got 6 vines, 2 bones, 5 lumber, we can make a stronger bone sword. Now that does 36 weapon power. So it's a matter of just kind of, you've got to learn. You've got to kind of upgrade each time, and we can make a wooden box. Now it's a small wooden box. Oh, is there any slimes coming at me? I heard some weird slimeness. Nope, they're all good. So, yeah, so you've got to keep upgrading your items. So it is a pretty good game. I know I haven't really showed much at the moment, but I just kind of give you a rough idea of what it's all about and kind of cover some of the topics. Now, if you want to see more of this game, by all means, post in the comments below. And we could probably do a mini-series on the channel and kind of learn together. And probably bring in some of the other guys, because I know some of the other guys are now playing this. Let's just get that. Let's get the bone. Oh, nighttime's coming. That's never a good thing. Let's see if we can craft some torches. No, we can't. We need lumber, so we need to cut down some trees anyways. But yeah, if you definitely want to see some more, please let me know in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I say, I do apologise. We haven't covered a massive lot. I tried to show you pretty much what the game all has to offer. But it's one of them things. The more you play, the better it becomes. And we should probably, yep, there we go. 56 talent points for gathering. That's awesome. So yeah, thank you for watching. Stay safe. Have fun. And yeah, definitely go check this one out. It's not a bad game at all. It's not bad at all. It's quite fun. I'm going to see how this one plays out. Because it's getting up. Well, it's pretty much updated most times. So until next time, stay safe. See you all later.
Begins again.